Copyright disclaimer under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips a balance in favor of fair use. Okay, guys, I had to record this again because I screwed something up. So in my search, I suspect that James Franco is a Scientologist, but I have no hard proof of it. There were quite a few connections with like Tom Cruise and Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen's not affiliated with him, but there were just a lot of mentions of Scientology when it came to James Franco, but I could not find anything definitive or to prove that he is. And I also find this interesting because it's very similar to what happened in the Paul Haggis trial. And the other author, what's his name, Neil Gaiman. And I see some similarities with Danny Masterson as well. So as I said, there's no proof that I've found yet that James Franco is a Scientologist. And if it turns out he's not, it's just going to be similarities with, all the things going on in Hollywood. So here we go again. I'm going to go through this again. This is from Top Class Actions. 2.2 million James Franco fraud settlement approved. Sexual exploitation claims dismissed. That's important when predators want to get out of it, right? October 20th, 2022. Update. A California judge, I would love to know the name of that judge, gave the green light to a 2.2 million class action settlement reached between actor James Franco and the students of his acting school. You see how after Paul Haggis had lost that settlement with the victim/survivor of his attacks, and I personally believe there's a lot more victims, he went to Europe and started teaching acting classes to young women. The settlement includes anyone who paid tuition for any course at Studio 4 Film in Los Angeles or New York during the class period. It does not resolve or include the sexual exploitation claims. The actresses who attended the school claim that Franco used his production company to exploit women, making them engage in explicitly nude and S scenes. The sexual exploitation claims are being dismissed without prejudice. Just how they like it, right? However, only the named plaintiffs released their individual claims. So that tells me right there are more plaintiffs or more victims. Franco and his co-defendants deny any wrongdoing. It's what they do, deny, deny, deny. February 23rd, 2021. Make sure it's still recording. A tentative class action settlement has been reached with the students who accuse James Franco of sexual exploitation and abuse. The actresses claim that Franco used his production company to exploit women, making them engage in explicitly nude and S scenes. It's very similar to some of the things going on inside of the Scientology buildings. People can live in denial or not. The plaintiffs, two former students, allege that Franco and his associated productions company, Rabbit Bandini, pushed the boundaries of explicit nudity, S-power, and fame, affecting many aspiring actresses looking for employment. There's the vulnerability. You see these predators, that's what they do. The lawsuit said that S abuses occurred from 2014 through 2017 when the studio closed. You know, that's convenient that it closed, right? During that time, women were allegedly forced to pay for their exploitation. And it's just like Scientology. A master class focusing on S scenes and costing $750 was allegedly used to exploit would-be actresses. In order to get in, the women say they had to audition partially or fully nude. In addition, the lawsuit claimed that employment opportunities associated with female students increased when they agreed to perform S scenes, nudity, or overt sexual acts. All rights to the explicit nude and sex scene auditions and filming were signed over by the women, according to the class action lawsuit. The plaintiffs say they were informed that James Franco wanted to personally review each of the scenes and auditions on his own. That's a sicko. The lawsuit further pointed out that James Franco made a public statement indicating that if he had done something wrong, he will fix it. And now he will have to. In addition to seeking unspecified damages for the alleged harm done, the plaintiff sought a court order requiring Franco to destroy the video recordings of any S scenes that were taped as part of the film school. Always going for the vulnerable. I mean, I guess they can't just, like, have normal relations with women or get laid the old-fashioned way, can they? At the time, the Washington Post interviewed actresses in the school program who said that they were first encouraged to appear topless and then to perform an ORGY-S scene in full nudity in Franco's program. I personally believe, when I read that the first time, they were selling this. I'm glad I never fell for any of this. I got stories. The class action lawsuit was filed on behalf of themselves and all of the similarly situated students who paid tuition to the school. Franco fought the class action allegations, filing an objection in March of 2020, according to Global News Canada. The Me Too and Time's Up movements have made tremendous and important contributions to improving not only the culture of the entertainment business, but also the world as a whole, stated court documents obtained by Vanity Fair. Unfortunately, while these movements have rightly brought down a number of reprehensible individuals, they have also ensnared an innocent man. Aw, James Franco, he's innocent. Oh. The parties entered into a partial settlement in February after months of negotiations. While the settlement amount has not been disclosed, Global News reports that elements of the class action lawsuit may still proceed. That's interesting. The settlement will be submitted to the court for preliminary approval by March 15th, 2021, reports CBR.com. The class action lawsuit came on the heels of other high-profile claims that men in power abused women under the pretext of providing employment opportunities and even medical services, including a former USC gynecologist, sick, who recently had his medical license pulled after thousands of women complained of assault. You know what? I'm just saying to myself, isn't that against the law? Did you attend James Franco's film school or another acting class? Did you experience any sexual exploitation or abuse? The plaintiffs are represented by Valley, Kane, and Vagnini, LLP. The James Franco sex abuse class action lawsuit is case number 19S as in Sierra, T as in Tango, C as in Charlie, V as in Victor, 35156 in the Superior Court for the State of California for the County of Los Angeles. So, again, I don't have any proof that he's a Scientologist, not yet, but I did find when I was doing some searching, there were a lot of connections. There were people that were talking about Tom Cruise was trying to recruit them, and it was all like related to this guy. So we will see, and I'll leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.